Hello, I'm Reese Thomas, and this is my final project for Society and Media class. Today I will be talking about the evolution of the telephone to the cell phone to the smartphone, bringing up the media theory of rapid acceleration or evolution, as well as critiquing the use of or the importance of communication and how it has gone from very valued to extremely undervalued. So beginning off, we see the invention of the first telephone with Alexander Graham Bell. During his tenure of trying to get his idea working and getting on his feet with it, we see him go to many places in Europe doing live demonstrations, and he was able to, after messing up one, really reining it in, replacing magnetic coils and having the first transmission of sound from 13 kilometers away. With this, we see an insane buildup, an insane excitement towards communication. Before this, all you had were letters, all you had were newspapers, you had some radio, but you never really had live person-to-person communication. This was the big deal. From the discovery from Alexander's part, we go into really a natural state of evolution. People having things in their house and being able to talk to other people via an operator. This was someone where it was all of their phones linked to a central station and being connected by somebody. From this, we go into the addition and invention of the landline. This is a network that is able to go from person to person exactly without a middleman. It's still live talk, however, there's just an easier version of it. With this, everybody is, of course, still assigned a number, and that's never going to change. From that, landlines grow into you have multiple per business, per house. It's a very, very marketable thing. Install a new phone line, install a new landline. And it's one of those things where you see an insane growth on a local scale, but you also see an insane growth and evolution from them. You see a lot of phone companies try to hop on the trend, try to hop on the very easy marketability of it, talk to your loved ones, talk to your grandparents, talk to people across countries, However, from this, we also see a jump in technological advancement that, okay, how can we get this thing that we all love with us at all times? The very start of the cell phone, begins with things like a phone in your car, the car phone, a phone in your briefcase. These very clunky, very one-sided, not very universal things that they were popular, but they never really took off. However, Nokia comes along and says, okay, I think we can do this. And they really start making the biggest line, the most popular line of cellular devices. Even to the point where you can receive emails, you can receive faxes on these little itty bitty phones. During this really rapid succession, the phone hasn't been around for that long. However, the lifetime from Graham Bell's phone to landlines, and of course landlines were still in all of this, get completely overshadowed by the absolute jump we see with cell phones and then smartphones. Because cell phones, you have your flip phones, you have your clamshells, you have your sliding phones with keyboards, all of these things that, yeah, they can all call, but they really create an avenue for texting. This is where we see the big problem. Communication becomes so quick, becomes so easy, that you see a complete disconnect to real life communication. This really affected teens during that time. Phones couldn't really be weren't being regulated, or were being hidden and things like that within schools, within different things of that nature. And it really exploded during the introduction of the smartphone. We see a couple smartphone examples, one of them being IBM tried their hand at it really early on. However, it was, one of those things where, oh, this is a novelty, this is another little, okay, if you can afford it, get it. Or if you really want something like that, get it. However, we see a very strong push towards the populace with the introduction of the iPhone. This phone is the easiest to use. It is universal, just to completely anybody, from a kid to a grandparent. It's easy to use, it's easy to understand, and it has everything and more. It has ways to entertain yourself for hours on end. It has full access, open access to the internet. You have your texting, you have your calling, you have just way too much, in my opinion. This is the critiquing aspect of it. Way too much, and it takes something that was great, communicating with friends, with loved ones, and just makes it stale and makes it way overstimulated. Before this, you see phones being marketed, those cell phones being marketed as a novelty, as, oh, you can have this, it's not completely needed. And the smartphone said, no, everyone needs one of these because of how quickly information can be swapped. You see an increase of, okay, everyone needs this to survive. That's how it's been marketed now. If you don't have a smartphone, you can't make it in this world. You can make money off your phone. You can go viral off your phone. All of these things that need the use of a smartphone. This sort of stuff is very forced, is very pushed on us, and it's something our society has taken with open hands and completely shoved down our throats. It's sad to see, but I'm hoping that in the near future, people realize, and the next generation realize, once there's more studies about it, how damaging this thing can be. We can always go back to old landlines. They still work. Thank you.